All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. It looks like we've got a good group here right now. Thanks for hopping online with us and trying out the Zoom. Again, like I was telling Jesse, this little Zoom system that we use, I use this with clients on a regular basis. So it's something like if you need to contact a client and do a face-to-face meeting, it's very, very easy to schedule meetings, and it's totally free as long as you don't exceed 45 minutes. So you're going to be learning today about Gateless, but you're also learning a little bit about how to communicate with clients via some of these web services. So I'll just kick it off real quick. Jesse, we want to make this meeting fairly short. I'm going to go ahead and mute. Let me just mute a couple people here real quick. Go. It looks like everybody else is muted. No. So, I was really excited when Jesse moved over from Homebridge Mortgage over to Gateless. I was really excited about this with going to Guaranteed Rate. This is the new company that he's with, and they offer a service called Gateless. And so our entire firm is part of the new Gateless program. And there's a lot of components to it, but we're really going to be specializing or really talking about today specifically the Mortgage Center part of it. And I wanted Jesse to kind of walk through the Mortgage Center end of things. He's going to show you on the screen. Can everybody see the screen that Jesse has up? I know you can't talk, but I'm gonna unmute Brandon Williard. Brandon, can you see the screen?
Yep.
Okay. And so what I'd like to do is really go into specifically the Mortgage Center part, instant pre-approvals. This is something that I've dreamed of having the ability to do because as I talk to clients, I want to get somebody approved right away. And within a matter of 10 to 15 minutes, you can actually talk to a client, have them totally approved, and have a pre-approval letter in hand that you could submit with an offer. So that's something that's very cool. And I like when you introduce clients to Jesse, the client is sticking with you. So Jesse knows that this person was referred over from Brandon Williard, let's say. So it's something that I think really can add to him reminding the client that you guys are all working together, because sometimes that gets lost as well when you're sending emails or referring somebody by giving Jesse's telephone number out. This adds a little stickiness, I think, to the client and to Jesse. So, and then I like that it also will allow us to track the clients, meaning how is the loan process going through? Once you've got a client pre-approved, they're under contract on a house, how is that loan progress moving through? So, Jesse, if you want to just go ahead and kind of take over and explain a little bit about what Gateless is and the Mortgage Center, go right ahead, okay?
Okay, thanks. And yeah, I'm going to go through here and explain how to navigate the page, and we'll definitely drill into what is Gateless and what is the Mortgage Center. But first and foremost, Christian's been great to me over the years, and every time I've made changes or we've been acquired or whatever, if there's ever any sort of systems I think can add value, he's quick to embrace it and use it to help grow everybody's business. So this was another one that was solid.
Can I chime in just for 1 second?
Yeah.
What Jesse was the one that turned me on to was that list reports that I know so many of the brokers use. That's an awesome system as list reports, and now this is kind of like another cool little system that you have. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just, I want to grow in my business and I want to help you guys grow in your business, and we can do that together. And this is the key behind all this is communication, transparency, and really systems to allow us all to move quickly without, waiting on each other to do different things. You can go right to the source and get the information as it's live in real time. So this website is gateless.com, but I believe, Christian, you said it's already embedded in the internet?
It is, yes.
Okay. So you guys log right into your system. You can get access to it. There's, for some reason, today's rates, this link right here, is down. Typically, when you click on this, it's going to, maybe it's, okay, there we go. It says 7.9%. So you guys can see that. No, see, it's that usually you'll see right here a 30-year fixed, a 15-year fixed. There'll be a couple different common products that'll populate. So you don't have to wonder where the interest rates are. You can go right there, and it's going to be at your fingertips. How to navigate the screen. Here's some links across the top that you guys at your own time should log in and kind of read through. This is built for realtors. These little interviews are by other realtors, and some in Chicago, some in other marketplaces. It shows their production numbers. So these are people who know how to grow their business. And see, here it talks about recently added and what the topics are. So when you have some downtime, it's a good place to go and just kind of log in. But also, here's where the loan activity. It's funny, Christian, I'm logged in as you, and it says there's 2 active loans. If I click on this, it's not really that they're active because it talks about the dates, and this didn't go any further than an application. But once you start sending folks to me, it'll show application, it'll show pre-approved, it'll actually map it through the whole process all the way to closed. So these 2, for whatever reasons, like maybe they started and never went anywhere. And if you go under closed, I think there was a couple closed in. Oh yeah, they already went. Okay, so there was, and I'm assuming Christian was on the list side of the transaction.
Correct.
And this gives information. You can log in and access it, but there's also periodically you're going to get emails throughout the transaction. So you don't have to go there, but this is if you want to know something right away and don't want to wait for an email, you can go right in here and see it. And if you're on the buy side, you're going to get more information, but the people on the sell side also get some generic information. So the purpose of this is really to bring the noise level down. So you're not going to get slowed down with attorneys or realtors on the other side of the transaction calling you like what's going on. It doesn't slow me down. I don't have to go and take those phone calls. They're going to get that information pushed out to them. But for you can log in and get this information as well. So, and then you could click on details. It actually will give you statuses of from application to it's been underwritten to it's actually closed. So, okay, let's jump into. I'm going to spend just a few seconds on this one. What is Gateless? It goes through different things about growing your business, coaching, social media. Down here, when you get towards the bottom, I'll be covering this stuff in the resource center. What is getting pre-approved a digital mortgage? We just briefly talked about real-time status. That's where you go to get your status on your loans. The Mortgage Resource Center is the hub where all the mortgage-related information is. So let's just go there right now. Let's jump into the Mortgage Resource Center. So it's right here, Guaranteed Rate Mortgage Center. So once again, rates should be populating here. I'm not sure if it must be having some sort of system issue. This is my office number. I would not have you guys give this one out. Just keep giving my cell phone number out because I'm not always behind my desk. I do have the ability to forward this, but really the cell phone is the best way to get a hold of me. So the instant pre-approvals, I typically try to make myself as available as possible, but inherently weekends, vacations, things of that nature, I do have a team. I try to get people to cover me, but inherently it's going to be, a weekend or an evening and you want to get something going right away and you don't want to wait, you can actually put in your client's email right here and get the pre-approval started. And so here it says preview email. If you click on this, it's going to tell you what you're sending to them. So you're not just randomly sending out and having no clue what they're going to see. It'll say, Christian Chase, I'm in as Christian, obviously. So Christian Chase mentioned that you were in the market for a new home. Congratulations. I'd like to offer my assistance. I could help. It's instantly with a 3-step online application. So this goes out to them. It's apply now, maps them right to my online application. And this it will issue a pre-approval letter. This goes through not only them completing their application, this will pull their credit. They have to consent, but it will pull their credit. And it runs the automated approval system, or they call it desktop underwrite. So it underwrites the system for them. As long as they're putting in the right information, like for example, if they make $50,000 or $60,000 a year, if they put in, they make $5,000 a month, then that's computing accurate. If they put in, they make 60,000 a month, it's only as good as the information is put in. But the nice thing is, it's pretty, I mean, I went through it myself. It's very straightforward. It's very user friendly. So, but that'll generate that pre-approval that you could go write an offer with. So, so that's how that instant pre-approval works. You take them. Let me just kind of take a step back to show how you do that, because I want you guys to be able to use this. You could navigate. You can do it right here where it says introduce to your client, and right here's that email. And you could just type their email address and send it, or you can go up and click on the Mortgage Center and go to the right blue box, instant pre-approval, and you can do it right here. So that's a big one. I also wanted to show, as you scroll down, there's a couple things. There's terminology, mortgage glossary. If things come up and you're not sure, there's a place to go in here. Find out if condos are approved. There's some different guidelines. There's a lot of information in here. But I was really, I thought these would be really helpful for you guys too. There's some calculators here on the right side. A lot of time you're talking to people, and you obviously want to, you're the main hub for these people when they come. They expect you to know a lot, and they're kind of feeling you out when there's not a long-term relationship. How knowledgeable is my realtor? So I'm sure these work real quick. Pre-qualification, you can put in some generic information. This is very high level. You can ask them, how much do you make per month? You can ask about some monthly debts, and the rates will be there, should be there. You'll type those in, 30-year, and what they're putting down, and you hit submit, and it starts just spitting out some very high level data. This is a conservative monthly payment, and this is an aggressive monthly payment. So as the conservative, it talks about 10% down, 20% down, 30% down. It gives you the dollar amount, and it'll tell you what generically what price of a home they could afford. So obviously larger down payment, they can afford a bigger home. And then it talks about these future payments. This is all, since you're putting a larger down payment, we're keeping the loan amount basically the same. This one's off because there's mortgage insurance, but you can see their payments $1,040, $1,040. So if someone's paying $1,200 a month, this is a quick, you just got to really identify how much money have you saved up for your down payment. Now this is conservative, same scenario, but it's a more of aggressive payment. Now they're paying, instead of $1,040, they're paying $1,200. So you can see there's some quick information that you can get out to them. And the next one is, I'm sure you're getting this a lot too, like rent versus buying. If someone's calling about a rental property, you might say, let's just do a quick little review and let's see, you might be able to buy a home. And then you can put this in, monthly rent, they're paying $1,000 a month, renter's insurance $15, appreciation 2%, put $200,000 for a purchase price. An average person stays in their home for 7 years. So 30-year, 4%, taxes, and monthly insurance. So this is kind of just an overview of a scenario. You hit submit, and it'll tell them, if they were to buy versus renting, they would save over $34,000. And so I know you're like, well, how do you get to that number? Well, this is the interest they can write off for their taxes over the 7 years. This is going to be maintenance costs that they're going to be paying. If they sell at that 2% appreciation from 200, then it'd be 7 years is worth 230. Here's the equity they built over the time. You back out the 92,000 and the 23. So this is your gross number. You back out these different expenditures, and that's how you get the 34. So it tells you basically, that the payments, okay, they're spending an extra 15, 16 bucks a month, but over 7 years, they're going to make $34,000. So it's a different conversation. People who rent don't realize, depending on their background or their upbringing, that home ownership is possible. So it's just something to give them real facts, and it's very quick. These numbers default in here, so you just have to just make some quick edits, and and then just hit submit, and it'll tailor it to your conversation. And then the last one is, people ask all the time, what's my maximum purchase price? Okay, so, well, how much have you saved up for a down payment? Type that in. How much are you comfortable paying each month? Oh, my rent's $1,500. Put that in. And then, once again, people right now primarily want a 30-year fixed mortgage. The rates will be on the system when you log in. So right now I'm just using 4%. This is, when it says loan to value ratio, that's basically how much are they putting down? 10%, right? So the 15, this would be 15% or $15,000 down at 10%, that's $150,000 purchase price. And taxes, you guys will know based on the area better than I would what roughly percentage that would be. And property insurance, I always use $900 a year. And so when you hit submit, the results data come up. This tells people, okay, if you were to buy, you're at 150, putting your 10% down, here's what the monthly payments look like. Is that something you're comfortable with? Well, if you go back and look, they were saying they were comfortable with 1,500. So based on what they're telling you, you quickly can assess this. You know, I get it. You got to kind of play with this and get familiar with it. But I like these three options because depending on the conversation, you got three quick calculators that can really help you lock up a potential person and get them to take the next step, which is get pre-approved. I'll pause for a minute. Just I know I threw a lot at you guys. Christian, anything you feel like I need to elaborate on, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, the big thing is for all of us as real estate brokers, we work hard on generating leads. And so once I put a person into the instant pre-approval, I enter their email address in there. How does the system like tag me to you? It knows. I guess I would say all of our brokers in our office have their own Gateless account. Every broker in our office has that. So they would have to log into their Gateless account.
Right.
And so then once they enter into that instant pre-approval, the client's email address and hit send, the system is automatically alerted that, hey, this is associated with Christian Chase or Brandon Williard or whoever is on there, correct? I mean, that's how it's set up.
I'm gonna go to my email and I'll slide it over on this screen so you can. I think it'll. Hopefully, you tell me if it actually engages my new screen when I pull it over. But I know you did a dummy one. I'm gonna put that in real quick. Let's see. Okay, can you see this screen?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so this is the dummy one that you did. And you put it in. So it tells me right out of the gate, the very first thing tells me who sent it to me, right? So Christian Chase sent me your way. I can give you the VIP treatment, and this is automated, right? So I know this is the ping that they got to start the application. So I know even if they don't fill it out, you already made that initial introduction. So that triggers me to look for them to complete their application. As far as when they fill that out, it goes into my Encompass system, which is our loan originating platform. So I'll see if they fill out the application, they'll show up in my system. The only way I'll actually know that they're linked to the agent in my system is if they go far enough to do that underwrite, that DU underwriting system, then it'll tag the realtor. If they don't go that far, there's nothing in the loan platform that actually links it. But I have the email, and as you can see here, when the application started, it's in your case, it was logging it back to, let me go back to the beginning and see how long ago it was, but it was a long time, right? If you active loans, 2014, these applications were started, they're still sitting here. So if I log into each person, I'll be able to see this history of who's got people out there as well as they'll be able to see it. Like, hey, this person started the application. They haven't moved to the pre-approval milestone. It's a quick notification for them. I have it linked right here as well. So there's a couple of different ways for me to monitor that.
Okay, all right. And so I mean, but the big thing is that once I fill out the instant pre-approval on the system, and we had someone here do it, they filled out the instant pre-approval. The pre-approval that comes over, it will go to the client, and it also goes directly to the real estate broker, and you would have a copy because it's within your system then at that point.
Yeah, I get sent the email. So when you did this dummy one for yourself, did you as a realtor get a notification as well?
I did, yes. I did, yeah.
So the client's getting an automated email, I'm getting an email, and you're getting an email. And then and they're starting the tracking right from the application. So I think it's housed here. As far as my loan platform linking it up, they got to actually get pre-approved to get through that piece of it. But then that stuff all maps over as well.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's great. I would like to see all the real estate brokers in our office utilizing this mortgage center. I think we can easily get people pre-approved right then and there. You're on the phone with them, and I would be getting their email address and entering them into Gateless, and just simply getting somebody pre-approved right there on the fly and getting what you need. Because it is like, a lot of times I'm like, it's 8 o'clock at night, I'm talking to a client and I'm like, I need to get somebody pre-approved. They want to submit an offer, and I'm going to go ahead and run them through this system. But I would try to do it well in advance of them wanting to submit an offer on a property. But occasionally someone will call and say, I want to submit an offer on this house like now. So, and that happens like on HUD properties a lot of times. So, we'll get that where somebody's like, I want to get a bid in, and I'm like, well, we got to get you pre-approved first, so let's just go ahead and get it entered into the system. So, but I wanted to keep this meeting short and sweet. We don't need to go into all the details on Gateless. Mortgage Center was the key point, and I just would like to see some of the agents try it out and give me feedback as well of what you like, what you don't like about it, so I can have Jesse, make improvements. So that's it. Jesse, anything else with you?
No, just, appreciate the time to speak to the group and let them know. I think this is a very quick and efficient way to work with the clients and get them pre-approved and starting the home buying process.
All right, cool. Hey, thanks everyone for being on line today. Appreciate it. Thanks, Jesse.
All right, yep. Take care, guys.
All right, bye-bye.